how's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Spirit Leaves with us tonight, and they can say their names and what they do in the band.
What's up, guys? I'm Xylo, and I sing.
What up? I'm Donnie, and I play drums.
There you go. Donnie is going to be in and out of this video, so if you do see him for a moment, be blessed. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
His face is
Yeah, we only can get it in short bursts, otherwise it's too much in one dosage. But very excited to have Spirit Leaves on. I want to give a shout outs to Tabitha over at Invogue. She was the one who sent them over. So big salutes. But
absolutely.
I wanted to know, guys, since I'm such a huge nerd, I love all things music related, but I wanted to know how you guys started out. What is the origin story of Spirit Leaves? And spare no expense. I don't do anything with my life, so this is peak joy here, right here.
Well, it's good you have me and Donnie on because me and Donnie have been like friends and also musical collaborators for like
nice.
What? So he's worked on, projects that I've done before Spirit Leaves. I've worked on his projects that he's done before Spirit Leaves. And this whole thing kind of came together because, like, a lot of us were in separate bands, and some of those bands didn't work. Some of us, had solo careers. Me, and it just kind of like all just came together at a moment. It really started when Donnie met Gio. So Donnie met Gio, heard the music, and was like, "Yo, ran it." And so, Donnie, after a while, basically he got me to hear everything. In fact, he even like
I coerced him into it. Yeah. I tricked his ass. He was done. He was like, I'm done with metal bands and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, bet, watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you to join this band.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was. Yeah, I was going through some personal like stuff. Like both of my like dogs had passed.
Aww.
So I was like, yeah, no, it's okay. And it leads to a good thing, right?
Yeah.
And it was just like super like, I'm depressed. I don't want to do anything, blah, blah. And like, he tricked me into like coming over. He's like, come over. Gio's going to come. We're going to go. Yeah. And then, they played Killjoy in front of me. And like, I like immediately got up and like went to it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, there's something.
Oh no. Tell him that you were sleeping first.
Well, tell him the other part where I got a little drunk. I got a little drunky.
Yeah.
No sleep. Yeah.
We were. Yeah. He was drunkies and like. Was super hyper and then fell asleep on my bed. And I'm really just like, okay.
You're like, I guess this is happening.
And then, and then we start playing music, and then this man who just like gets up and grabs the microphone and just starts screaming his head off to Killjoy. And we're like, and he's like, oh my gosh, I haven't felt like that in such a long time.
Yeah. No, it was literally like I got up, I started screaming gibberish, and I'm like, you know what, this is kind of hard.
Like, yeah, I'm kind of in a band now.
That felt good.
Yeah.
Like that felt good.
We all basically. Yeah, and funny enough, we have video of it, so we've released like a couple clips of like the day we shot that video. Yeah. So like we know the exact day we got together. I remember that night very clearly. Like we went to this bar after in Orlando. It's like called Sly Fox, and like we all talked about the band and like getting this together and doing this and stuff. And that's kind of how it went. And within a month, we had written 4 songs for the EP, and that's when I hit up Jonathan, our producer. By July we were recording and getting it done.
There we go. Shout out to Jonathan. I will say, I think it's hilarious that you're just like, let me just go up and scream into this microphone. Then you're like, yeah, let me just take a quick nap. All right. Just out. You're like, I've done my job. I'm good. I've planted the seed, and that's it.
That's drunkies. That's drunkies me for sure. Whenever I have a couple drinks, yeah. I don't know what it is. I can just go to sleep anywhere if I get
I respect that. I respect that. That takes a lot of skill. So
with amps and drums going, yeah, it was funny.
He was just out, and the music's like, just like, man, this is putting me to sleep even more.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Honestly, so in middle school, funny enough, in middle school, I think that's where I learned how to do that, because I used to have this friend, his name was Dustin, and I would go over to his house all the time. And like he would like play music, and he had a drum set, and like we would play drums and like guitar. And there were times where like we'd just be tired after school, or I would, and he would be playing guitar, and I would just fall asleep in there. I think that's where it comes from. Yeah.
Shout out to Dustin playing guitar. That's where it all started, guys.
Honestly, shout out to Dustin. Dustin was the one who actually got me into scene music. So really,
big
and I hated it at first. I remember being like, "This isn't real rock and roll." I'm like sitting there taking after like boomers, and I'm like, "This is
This is Kiss. I love Kiss. That's my favorite band."
Yeah, and then I heard. I think it was. I can't remember which came first. I think it was Attack Attack or A Day to Remember.
Oh.
And like those bands, I was like, hold on. I'm like, I kind of like this. I'm like, what is this? Yeah. And over time, it slowly but surely, just like it was like I opened up and I was like, okay, this is actually fucking awesome.
Well, I actually kind of respect that a lot, because I feel like oftentimes, like people in the metal scene are just like, especially I would say like maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, you're just like, nah, I can't listen to anything but like the hardest shit possible, right? And now everybody's just like, yeah, so I listen to like this really cool indie band. I actually don't listen to metal at all. I just do it sometimes. Like I play shows and I listen to hard music. Like
that's describing me right now. Honestly.
I respect it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like I will not, like I love heavy music, don't get me wrong, but I listen to like more broad music now than I have ever had in my entire life. So I feel like that's super important. And I could tell with the EP To My Detriment, which you guys can check the links below. If you haven't checked it out, you should definitely go do that and go pick up a CD. I'm really hoping that Invogue, if you're watching this, because I know you will, like a vinyl would be really cool. But, that's just me. I'm just saying, I'm just one person.
That would be sick. I'm not even going to lie to you.
I'm just one person. But, like, I feel like if people comment or like at you like on social media, I feel like, that might be, that might be a good option.
Also, please send me a free one if you guys do make it. I want to hang it up on my wall.
Same. Yeah. I also want to hang it up on my wall too. Yeah. We can be buddies, twins.
Actually, fun fact, over at Michael's, and I want to do this with each record that we make, you can get like canvases, like you can do like an image upload, and you can get like canvases made, like special canvases. Yeah, and I want to do that for like all of our records.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
I haven't done it yet, but I really want to do it for To My Detriment. Just do it with every subsequent record and get it all hung up there. Unless we get a plaque, then I feel like that's we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, the Grammy will hang up right next to the Grammy. I got you.
We'll get there when we get there. Yeah.
Yeah, respect. Yeah, Invogue, come on, where you at? I would love to listen. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm a vinyl fiend, so I'll buy it.
Yeah.
10,000%, so I know you can't just print one, so I imagine there's going to be other people that are going to ask for that, so.
I'm with you, Ben. We would definitely want one of those. Yeah.
There we go. Well, the next question I have for you guys is for people who aren't familiar with Spirit Leaves, and this may be the first interaction that they have with you guys, what song would you recommend to a new listener to check out first to kind of give them an idea of what you do and your sound?
Well, Donnie's silent, so I'm going first. Chaos Control.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, well, unless you're into like, I see this is here we go, artistic stuff again. If because there's like two different types of metal fans. There's, I think, people who would love Chaos Control because Chaos Control is like the perfect like blend of everything that we do in one on this EP. It's kind of like, it's kind of like everything that we squeeze out onto this record. But if you like heavy stuff, Hollow. I think Hollow's a great song to.
Yeah. I would care to agree with that. I don't know if Donnie's
also Hollow was my dad's favorite, ironically enough, my record. Yeah. He said Hollow was his favorite. He's like, I don't like all the screamo stuff. He's like, but that song's really cool.
Really? Huh.
Oh my God. That's great. It's dad approved. Just so you guys know. It's dad approved.
So it's technically
Daddy approved.
It's daddy approved. Donnie, what is Donnie approved?
What? I didn't even know the question, honestly. I didn't even hear it.
The
My
question,
ADHD turned on, and I was just
hey,
like, yeah, I'm in the abyss
listen,
right now.
I respect it. Listen, you got to come out and say that you're ADHD. I respect that. You know, as someone who does a podcast with 2 other ADHDers, listen, my patient is like a fucking stone wall, you know? So I'll repeat the
Right.
question. I have no problem.
So yeah, what's the question? My bad.
The question, Donnie, is if for people who are checking this video out and are not familiar with Spirit Leaves, what song would you recommend for them to listen to first?
Ooh, pulling teeth. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
pulling teeth.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
your
because
reasoning for that?
pulling teeth. Pulling teeth. For one, I put the sauce in
Ooh, the
on
sauce.
drums.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Right. Like if other drummers like look at what I'm actually doing for the grooves that I put into that, like they're gonna be like, oh, he's doing that. Like, what the fuck? So that's gonna be cool. But also, there's no screaming in the music, so I feel like overall, like people are going to be more receptive to, like generally be more receptive to it. And then that it's kind of like a gateway drug, you know, it's kind of like the gateway song to
Yeah.
Spirit Legs. Like if somebody's not like into screaming music, they can listen to that and you can kind of get them into it first and then be like, okay, now here's Killjoy, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fair.
I do like that. It does have a beautiful intro. Like I love the way that song.
It's a very captivating intro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that one.
I love the synth there, the way that like kind of builds, and yeah, definitely like I think that's like a good intro as well.
I would agree. I would agree. I do.
Honestly, all of the songs were kind of built to be like Spirit Lee's first introduction. Like
Okay.
yeah, all the songs were. I mean, at least that's the way I approach it. I mean, in my opinion, the way I write vocals, it's everything's the chorus. Everything's a chorus. Doesn't matter what it is. Everything's a chorus. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
we were definitely setting the precedence for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Xylo popped off, you know, throughout the entire. I felt like each song I was getting through, I was like, what is he gonna show me next? You know, and I was just kind of like going on the journey as I was like cooking my dinner. I was like, what am I gonna like? How like I need to listen to this. So I was like eating my dinner and like listening to the EP, and I was like, this is quite the journey. Like you get hit with the heaviest song first, arguably, you know, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, is this
Not even
gang-
arguably, like that's definitely the fucking heaviest song.
I'm trying to,
like,
you know, I'm
no
trying to
other-
set
no
the
other
mood
song
here,
does
Donnie. You know,
I'm sorry.
so then like you get through Hollow, and you're like, okay, is this gonna be a heavy band? Like, are they just gonna hit me with just straight heavy riffs, you know? And then you get into Paradise in Ruin, and you're like, okay, they're giving us something extra. It's a little different, you know. It's not like Hollow. You're like, okay, what's the vibe? Then you get into Killjoy, which is, you know, the most popular one, so you can go check that one out too. But I was like, okay, something else, more dimension. I was like really feeling Killjoy. And then I was like, okay, Chaos Control. Listen, Sonic fan. So like I was like, already they got me. You know, they got me hooked.
Yeah.
And then the last song, I was like,
Wait, so you
what
fell
the
for
hell? I did fall for it. Yeah, I fell for the Chaos Control.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. That
Yeah,
was
I was locked
purposeful.
in. Yeah. Shadow was actually standing above me and was like, "You're fucked." But I got into Pulling Teeth, and I was like, "Okay, this is like I thought for sure you were gonna hit me with like another heavy song again," and then I was like surprised. It's still, I mean, it is heavy, but I think like the way that it doesn't have screaming in it was really incredible. But then like I think the best part about it is when you cycle back through and you're like, oh shit, I forgot about Hollow, and it is really heavy. And then like I feel like it just cycles through where you're like you're kind of going through this like really nice journey, and the EP is only 17 minutes. So I feel like you can delve out a good 17 minutes. Like if you're sitting in traffic, you put this on, chef's kiss.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you. I love that. I really love that review. I love getting face-to-face reviews. That's way
That
better
was
than reading.
one-on-one, baby. This is a
Yeah,
one-on-one. I said
Really great.
all the key hits here, you know?
Well, I would keep staying excited for stuff because we're always writing, and like we're always looking to sort of push our sound. I think we're in a really good spot right now on that in that regard. Yeah, expect the unexpected. So
Always.
that's
Always.
that's about that.
And then in regards to you guys signing to Invogue, congrats. That's awesome. How did kind of that come to be? I am always curious on how bands find out either the label hits them up or like you send your music in and you're like, you know, God bless, let me see what I can do.
That was an interesting thing because I'm going to be honest with you, and this is what I've been saying this. I said this to the band. I've said this to everyone. I did not expect any label to hit us up till maybe we released the record. I was like, maybe then that's when it'll happen.
Sure.
And then on Instagram, our A&R reached out to us and was like, "Hey man," he's like, "Let's talk more. There's something here." I think that's like literally what the message was.
That's
and I
great.
was like, all right, let's see what's up. And then and then it just went from there. And this happened like really quickly. I think like a month after the song came out.
They were like,
yeah, I mean,
shit.
what's funny is that we kind of like mentioned it though. Like we were kind of like, the plan is to get signed off the first song. We just didn't think it was gonna happen.
That was like the hope, but I was like, I'm like realist. I'm like the realist person where I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Maybe after the record comes out, like I don't foresee like that not being a possibility. But I was just like, I just don't think it's gonna happen on the first song. But that was the highest hope. That was like, yeah, well, obviously that would be awesome. And then that's what happened. Yeah.
And then it all came together, you know. That's amazing. Cause I always find like when I have bands on that, you know, get signed pretty immediately, because I hadn't heard of your band prior to the signing. Like I follow most of the labels that are doing stuff in the like alternative space, and I was like, Spirit Leaves, I've never heard of this band, and I'm like, now I need to go check them out. So then I went and checked out, I think I did check out Killjoy, which was like, you know, a couple months ago, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool to have them on at some point. And then like that was it. And I just kind of like just put it in like the bowels of my brain, and I was just like, you know, whatever, it'll come back to me, I'm sure. And then Tabitha was like, hey, do you want to have these guys on? And I was like, that name sounds familiar. And then I was like, wow, I actually did check out the music video. So, you know, listen, subconscious.
Nice.
You guys are in the I think it is the chaos control. You guys, you know,
it is the chaos
subverted
control.
me, you know?
Yeah.
Already entranced.
No, that's
but I think it's great. I'm very excited.
In your defense, we came out of like fucking nowhere. Like we really, It's just like one day we didn't exist. We had existed like a year before that, and then like, but nobody knew. We kept it basically a secret, except for like friends.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, it was like, hey, this song's coming out this Friday. Let's go. You know.
Let's do it.
Like, yeah. I always said to the band, I was like, we aren't a real band until this happens. Like I was like, we're not a real band right now. And so like that Monday when we announced, it was like, okay, now we're a real band.
You put the big star pants on.
We're here.
Yeah, we've just released projects before. Like me and Donnie have done this for a long time. We put out a lot of records, and we've worked with a lot of artists who have released a lot of records. And so like we were just like, okay, like with this band, it was just like, you know, we come out, we don't want to waste time. We don't want to be posting, hey, big things coming, you know, for months. I mean, we joked about it forever. That's like been the joke.
That's the best joke. Yeah.
Yeah, big things coming. That is literally the band joke. But like, but you know, when it happened, we were like, let's just not waste people's time. Let's just hit them with it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like with our friends too. It's like, you know, like some friends knew and most didn't, you know, or most didn't really care, which is fine. You know, that's how it is. Everybody's got their own lives, you know? So yeah, so it's like, now it's our job to make them care. It's like, boom, this Friday, let's go. Let's not even make you wait.
Now I care about your band. So just remember that, guys.
Now
you know,
I care.
Yeah, I care, you know? So just remember, anytime you guys are going to post big things coming out and be like, those are my guys. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, now we can say that and follow up on it. That's
It's not a joke. Yeah.
It's not a joke anymore.
It's real. It's real life, guys. Listen, you have to have things to back up big things coming. If you just say big things coming and nothing happens, that is a tease, and nobody likes that.
But hey, also remember, to any youngsters out there starting the first band, we get it. We were those people.
We did it for a while.
We've done it. Yeah, we did that seriously.
We did it for a very long time.
I'm not gonna knock anybody that does that. If you do it, hey, respect.
No.
But
Especially like young bands, like sometimes they, they're just starting out. They got to get the
yeah.
experience. Like, yeah, it's just, with musicians, you just got to do it. And, you learn along the way. That's what this all is.
And did you guys want to tackle it differently this time around? You were just like, listen, let me just hit him with everything. We're gonna hit him with Killjoy. We're just
really
gonna
did that.
rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how we approached it. We were over like releasing shit to nobody, and we were just like, okay, we're gonna actually try. Like
That's good.
Zylo and
That's a
I
good
have
first step.
released music into the abyss for a very long time, and it always fell on deaf ears. And we wanted a different approach, and we came up with a different approach, and we think that it actually fucking worked, which is crazy.
Yeah. No, it was honestly really about building a team. And like honestly, because like we did so much stuff in house. Like I know how to produce and engineer and like all that stuff. And I've been a studio rat for like literally years. So like it was just like a thing where it's like, since we knew how to do that, we would do that part all the time. But then like when it came to releasing stuff, we would try to do that ourselves too. And it's like that's really hard. Like we're artists. We're not very good at that part actually, and for some artists it's different, like it's the opposite where they're really good at that, but then maybe writing, they need a team of people. For us, it was like, no, we need like the marketing and all that, because like we want to just sit in a room at 3 a.m. and write till, the next day. Like that's where we're at.
Sometimes we wrote for 2 days straight,
Yeah. Me and Donnie would go insane. There was 2019 was a crazy year. I'll say
it was a crazy year. Yeah,
for a lot of things. Yeah. Oh my
God. We go way back. Yeah, we go way back in that regard.
Yeah. There were definitely moments where we were just like on some demon time.
Amen, brother.
We were just like music.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would just walk outside like in the sunlight, and I'd just be like, I can't handle this shit right now.
I feel you on that. You're like, no, not the sun, and you were like starting to melt away.
Go to Target, remember? By there's like that Target Forever 21, and we were like there, like at the Forever 21, like what the hell are we doing right now?
Yeah, I remember that. we were like, let's go shopping or something. And like we went to Forever 21, and I remember it all felt like we were up for like 2 days, like legit, and like Forever 21 just didn't feel real. Like it felt like a simulation, and we just kind of like look at each other like from across the way, like, what are we doing?
Let's go to sleep. Yeah.
I feel like the Forever 21 people are like, all right, so these guys are definitely on something. We can't figure out what they're on, and they're like, yo, are these clothes real? Like,
yeah, we're just like sitting there. Yeah, no, it was so funny. No,
definitely, like that was definitely one of those like simulation moments for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, you took whatever that guy Bradley Cooper took in Limitless. You're just like, I can see it all. Yeah. It's all here. Yeah, like
right.
For hours.
Everyone in that Forever 21 is like, are they gonna do something? Like, I'm getting scared. I'm just here to buy whatever is at Forever 21. Like men's clothes. Whatever. Yeah. Tired, and you're just like, I love this T-shirt. Like freaking out. Like, do we call mall security?
Sometimes we would just get obsessed with an idea, and then like it would just keep spiraling, and we would try to ride that wave, and sometimes that wave would just go into the next day. So that's just kind of like what it was. It wasn't like anything else besides like we knew we needed to get it out, and when we were like
because like the way that I write music is like I am like writing, mixing, editing, all that at the same time. Like I'm doing like sometimes we'll get lost in like a part of a song, and I'll be just adding like 30 tracks of production into like one part, and then it'll take like hours. He calls it my tangents. Like I'll get into a tangent. Yeah. I'll be sitting there for like 30 to 40 minutes just doing this, and then he's like, okay,
going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
he's going. Yeah. He's in the Matrix. He's in the Matrix.
I'm like, wait, let him cook. And all you hear is just like,
No, Geo is
Yeah.
Geo is like didn't get it for a long time. He's like, bro, like, what are you doing? And then Johnny's like, dude, just
let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him do his thing. Yeah. And the next thing he'd be like, all right, that was sick. And I'm like, yeah, I told you. I'm like, dude.
But you know, sometimes, yeah, he looks like a fucking scientist over there. But I mean, sometimes like it would work. Like I want to say like 80% of the time it would work. But like the 20% of the times that like we would hear it after like the hour and a half tangent of him just like clicking buttons, and then it didn't work. We're just like,
bro, that was ass.
Well, glad we did that. For
yeah,
no
you're
reason.
an hour and a half. You're like, oh fuck, that is time I'm never gonna get back.
That's kind of like the risk you take though. Whenever you're trying to make an idea come to life, it's like if you take that time and you really try to give it that work, and if it doesn't come out, you're just like, well, shit.
Basically. Yeah.
Well, it sounded way cooler in my head, guys. I don't know what happened.
I think it's important that like I think it's important that bands discuss that, like that you're just chibbling at the like marble, right? Like I think a lot of the times, like especially people that are just like, I just listen to the music and I don't care how the I don't care how the sauce is made. I'm just here, right? And I think for me, it's like I look at it from the perspective of like how much time goes into writing the song, how much time went into the layers, how much time went into the production. And again, I'm a nerd about music through and through, so I feel like I'll be speaking at a brick wall probably, but
it varies greatly, honestly. Honestly, in my opinion, some of the best songs get written very quickly. Like, like we've definitely like I said, when Geo brought us like these instrumentals, and I wrote all the vocals for the EP basically in like a month. And so like and by the way, added like all the production, like all that stuff too, like at least like my production. Then we went to John and we got the extra, but like it was basically like that. It came together really quickly. Then Chaos Control took fucking forever. We could not fucking decide what that song was supposed to be. And we
couldn't crack the code for such a long time too. We're like, what? Like we were going back and forth on it too. Like what? Is it an R&B song? Is it a metal song? It's like it sounds like two songs at once, and like we were like, maybe that's just it though. Maybe that's supposed to be what it is.
Yeah. And so that was like the point, but like we also like struggled with it subconsciously. So it was a lot of like, what the fuck is this song? Eventually like the vision became clear, especially like when it got to John and all that. Like we heard it back and we were like, yeah, that's what that's supposed to be. We even had like an engineer, like we were like, what do you think? Is this like it? And then the engineer was like, honestly, guys, it sounds like two songs. And then Jonathan was like, no, that's the point. That's the point. Like it's supposed to do that. And I was like, okay, cool. We gotta try.
That's why we fuck with John. John sees the vision,
Yeah.
John
saw the vision. John was crazy enough to believe in it, and that's why we love him so much.
Yeah. There was a ton of different versions that song went through that I don't have, unfortunately, because I would place the Dropbox file. Yeah, right. I
want to say we were at like fucking like 12 different versions by the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Well, because we kept changing up the chorus and like the second verse. Like it was always it was just like we couldn't figure it out. And then like I had which you know what, Donnie, I just realized that other songs this happened as well. That I was like, yo, I have this like crazy idea and I don't know if it's gonna work, but what if we just changed the shit completely and did this? And everyone was like, I don't know about that. And then we just kept going, and eventually it was like, oh, that's the chorus. Yeah, that's sick,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah. and a lot of the times, like the process is kind of like this. Like you have to go down an idea first and try to discover that idea, and then find like the pinnacle of that idea. And then once you finally find that, it's like, okay, that's the ear candy. So fuck the rest of that. Now let's focus on this part, you know what I'm saying? And then like that whole part will just lead you down another rabbit hole that will actually be the song. But a lot of the times you have to like go through like stuff that doesn't really sound that good. Like we're all just kind of like, this is whatever, like this is it's kind of terrible. And then but then like you finally get to a point,
Yeah.
Then you finally get to a point of like, oh, okay, now we're on to something. And then it's like, just cut all the fat and just like let's just focus on this part, and then that starts becoming like the core of the song, and then we kind of grow from there. It's like that happens like a lot of the times, but it's about being patient a lot and trying to and trusting each other's like creative decisions as
The
well.
way that I write, and I mean, it's been very apparent since I've been writing like a lot more on like the instrumental front for
Mhm.
and it's like I've been noticing that like I'm like an idea like kind of person, and I'll just like all the ideas will come out
You
at
just
once in
throw
the
it
song.
all out the wall.
And
Yeah.
the guys are like, this is kind of weird. And like, and then like, then I'll send the next version. It's usually that next version that everyone's like, oh, okay, that's
Oh,
it.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
now this is making sense. Yeah, because before it was
Yeah,
a smash of ideas, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a placeholder. I just wanted to like get into the next part. Like that part's cool, right? Do you agree?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. I mean, but
you
that
kind of have to have like you have to have like some imagination a little bit whenever you send these ideas to each other too, because it's like it's not about this idea right now. It's like what this idea can be. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? And
Yeah.
it's like a hypothetical version of the song that we're kind of like thinking about, and you kind of have to be like a little patient with it and have a little bit of imagination, and then it'll start shaping. You know, it'll start taking form.
And then other times it just happens right away. Like honestly,
So
like
then, yeah. And
there are
sometimes, yeah, we'll just ride that wave, and it's just like we're
It's good.
inspired right there in that moment, and it's just right there. Boom.
90% of the time it's like that, and then like sometimes the song's just straight ass, and then like the other times like eventually it chips away and gets there, but then there's that 10%, which I love, this 10% where it's like you write it and then like you show the guys and everyone's like, this is fucking it. This is it. This is fucking it. Yeah. Everybody
Drop
gets
the
hyped.
mic. Yeah.
We're sitting there all dancing to it in Donnie's room, just like, dude, this is a
This is a banger. Yeah.
yeah. It's like, so I know, and we've had Donnie had a lot of those moments where like, yeah, we're like, I'll show him something and like, dude, and I'm like, you gotta hear this, and he's like, okay, and then he hears it, he's like, yeah, man, he's like, that's kind of fucking it.
Yeah. No, and you know the song's good if you can like immediately kind of like dance to it.
If you
know?
got your head moving,
Like
I feel like that's a really good indicator. Yeah.
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 If you can like you can read the room too. If everybody's just kind of like
There's
have their stank
feeling
face
it,
on,
yeah.
or like everybody's kind of like just fucking vibing with the song. Like some of the new songs that we wrote, like I remember we had multiple moments of these new songs that were like we were like, oh my god, yeah, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not gonna Tom Holland us, but
We did just Tom Holland the shit out of that, but it's okay. We already did it in a we did it.
I respect it. But I feel like what I took away from like the EP To My Detriment, which you guys can check the links below to go pick it up. You know, I'm always giving my boys in Spirit Leaves, you know, the plugs here. But but I feel like for me, what I took away from it was like the meticulous nature of putting it together. Like I think that was kind of to me what was like when I was like finished eating dinner and I was like running upstairs to go sign on to my computer, I was like how much time it must have taken for certain songs to kind of like piecemeal together and like be like, okay, how are we gonna do this? Like, especially I'm glad you mentioned with like Chaos Control. I was like, how are they gonna like how did they come to this conclusion of like this song? Like, because I instinctually was like, am I feeling this one? And then by the end of it I was like, bro, this is sick. Like, you know, like in the same vein that I feel like a lot of people, I guess, kind of like put like Sleep Token in, right? Where they're just like, I don't know if I'm feeling this, right? Like you have people that are like, people are like, I don't know, I don't get it, right? Like, but then I feel like there's some people that are like, nah, I get it. Like that
was me, and then Vor came out, and I was like, you know what, these guys, this Sleep Token shit might not be that bad. I was like, what am I'm like, because Gio was like a fanatic over this band, and like we listened to
he was all obsessed with the lore.
The entire time to Nashville was all Sleep Token, and I'm like, bro, this band is so fucking mid to me, and I'm like,
wow.
I know. Well, hold on, respectfully, like we're gonna get there. I got you.
I'm letting you cook. I'm letting you cook.
Sleep Token was a grower. Okay, so like I was wrong, and honestly, it is for me, right? And like, and yeah, it was when I heard Vor, I was like, damn, I'm like, dude, this is unique. I'm like, I fuck with this a lot, and so then I started listening to the other songs off the new record, and then I was like, damn, that Aqua Regis song, I'm like, that's kind of sick. I'm like, whoa, that's different. That's not what metal bands are putting out. And then it's just like, just kept going. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I do like this vocalist. You know what? Maybe. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I like this band. I'm like, that's weird. This usually does not happen to me. And
it's definitely a grower for sure. I like to think about Sleep Token kind of like dark chocolate. You know, it's an acquired taste.
Fair,
it's an acquired
fair.
taste.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or like plantains, right? If, you know, for white people, you know, like if you don't, you got to eat them a couple times, and then they're kind of like, you know,
plantains always be hidden. That's a fallacy.
No, I know, exactly.
Yeah.
For context, both Brandon and I are both Spanish, so plantains run in the bloodstream.
It runs in the yeah.
It's in the veins. It's in the veins. I got you. You know, I've had my fair share of plantains. So listen, I know. You know, I get it. But if you don't like plantains, then you should go try them.
And if you don't have a cilantro and onion in your tacos, I don't fucking trust you, dude. I don't trust you.
That's facts. Big facts. Big facts.
I can't trust you. I think that's a problem.
Hey, okay, whoa. To be fair, there are some people that have a gene that cilantro tastes like soap to them.
Is that you, Donnie?
So like, no, it's not me.
Okay,
it's not me.
okay.
But I do know people that do have that gene, and they're like,
about to say,
yo, this shit sucks. Like,
you know
I
what?
feel like I'm tasting chemicals right now, and I'm like,
at least get the onion. It's like there's just like there's some foods in life that you can't change. It's and one of them is tacos. The other is a Philly cheesesteak. Okay, if you fuck with a Philly cheesesteak,
your boys from PA, let's go. We're gonna get a Philly cheesesteak. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, come through. I get you.
I went to this place called Philly Steak and Wings. I just want to emphasize Philly Steak and Wings. And I asked for a Philly cheesesteak, and they gave me this Philly cheesesteak, okay, without the onions and the peppers. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? I'm like, I'm never coming back to the establishment. You have violated.
He was actually like physically upset. You could tell. Like he was
upset.
like,
I respect that.
He was upset. Yeah, I don't even think he ate the whole thing.
I've yelled about this for the last year. I'm like, I still like talk about it. I'm like, this was such a terrible thing.
The disrespect.
I was because I really wanted it that day. I wanted like that.
I got you.
You know, and then they just give me this baby Philly. I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Throw the shit out of here. Yeah.
It's like
all right. Let's get back to the music.
Don't worry.
Oh my god.
I'll lead into. I'm gonna transition because this is the perfect question to follow that up with, which is, what's your favorite food, guys?
Oh damn, that's a good question.
I can tell you right now what my favorite food is.
All right, tell me, Donnie, what's good?
It's just two. It's Thai food and Flyers wings, or chicken wings. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But specifically from a place in Orlando called Flyers Wings. That place.
Shout outs. Okay.
You don't know until you have some Flyers Wings. Bro.
I'm
gonna have you don't know buffalo wings until you try Flyers Wings.
Flyers Wings there.
And then I cook Thai food, so that holds a place in my heart.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a simple man. I like a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. That's just there's something about it. It's a ritual, honestly. And I just gotta say, it's my favorite food. Like we all the band laughs at me, but like honestly, it's just true at this point. I would have said
simple man.
Yeah, or sushi or some shit too. But like honestly, no. I want a bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning. If you can't give me that, I'm gonna be pissed off. It's like with you with the muffins, Donnie, taking me to the muffin shop. One day I wake up like hungover. I think we woke up hungover, and I was like, yo, I want to go get some breakfast. I'm really feeling a bacon, egg, and cheese or whatever. And I'm like, and he's like, well, I'm kind of feeling muffins. I'm like, bro, don't show me a muffin or I'm gonna be pissed off. And then he takes me to the muffin shop, and I'm like, bro, the breakfast place is just across the street. And I'm like, fucking lucky.
Oh my god, he was just like, yo, I feel like Xylo would have been definitely pissed if like he could not get the bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning. I feel you though. I feel you. As a Northeaster, I get you. You know, that is a classic up here. You know, so
I had a coworker who was from New York, and she always told me, she's like, you fit right in New York. She's like, honestly, she's like, the only thing that you need is like ketchup on the eggs. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, that's too far.
No, I do ketchup on the eggs for sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Donnie and I are on the same team here.
Yeah, like, pepper, like, and all that stuff, little, what is it, garlic powder, stuff like that. Sometimes my eggs, like when I'm cooking it and all that, but like,
no ketchup, bro.
Yeah, I'm a no ketchup guy.
All right.
I know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because I was just super poor growing up, but like my mom would just like, all right, you got eggs and ketchup.
Just go.
That's it. Good
Respect.
job. I'm like,
Respect.
oh yeah, I love this shit.
Yeah.
And now it's nostalgic to me. Now it's like, yeah, ketchup and eggs. I'll do it. What's up?
Okay, hot
Yeah.
sauce and eggs.
Hot sauce
Then
and
we-
eggs, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give it.
I
Yeah,
can agree with that. We can all agree on that. On
yeah,
hot
we can
sauce.
all agree on that. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you don't say hot sauce on your eggs, then let us know in the comments so we can excommunicate. No kidding. I'm just joking. I love you either way. But the next question I have for you guys is, obviously we delved a little into influences, I would argue. But I wanted to know, who was the first artist that you saw, like whether on TV, on YouTube, online, whatever, and like really inspired you to do what you do, whether it be vocals or drums. What was kind of like that first like itch scratch? You're like, that seems dope. I like that. I want to do that.
I can tell you my first show that I ever went to.
Ooh, okay.
So my parents brought me to a Tool concert when I was 5 years old.
Wow. Okay. What a first concert.
Yeah. And I remember they came out with diapers on. It was like yeah, bro. I mean, I was very confused.
You
with
were
all
also
these,
in
like,
diapers. You were like, oh shit, fuck.
I was just wearing those like not too long ago, and now you
Grown-ass
guys are
adults.
wearing them, and I'm just like, is that what happens? Like eventually, like do I get back in those? Like I was hella confused, but I saw Tool when I was 5 years old, and I think that it definitely created and sparked something in me. And then after that, my family kept kind of bringing me to like these local shows and like throwing me up on stage because I'm like 7 years old, and like I'm the only kid at these shows. And they're just like throwing me up on the stage, and like I'm jamming out with like this local band like Spit Valves that is like, a super dope like ska punk band. And like, I got to know them personally. And I think that, that constant like being involved into it was like what got me to, it like subliminally got me there. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like it wasn't like, oh, I saw this guy or saw this guy. It was like I did all these little things, and it kind of like stayed in my brain until like later on in life where I picked up the drums and was like, oh, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
I get
which
it.
was at 10 years old, by the way. Yeah.
Hey, respect. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
So,
Mine was definitely a little more like I remember like two specific moments that I'll mention. And the first moment was when I was a kid. I went to, was it GameStop or Electronics Boutique? It was like one of the two. I can't remember. Or it might have been like another
Radio Shack.
Radio
We had some
Shack.
like where I grew up, we had like some local game shops that we went to, and I think we went to like a local one, and there was this game there called Guitar Hero, which I assume everyone knows, right?
Bro.
Yeah. And I remember like I started playing it the moment that I played it. I was like, this is fucking cool. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, this is crazy, And I just thought like the whole rock star lifestyle thing that they presented. I'm a kid, right? And I'm just seeing like this, like, oh, this is fucking sick. And like, yeah, I mean, I was always like kind of a lover of music. Like my first concert was Aerosmith actually at 5 years old. So
sick.
yeah, that was so yeah, when I was 5 years old, I saw them. But I was always into music, and I think around that time I was starting getting into like System of a Down, Green Day, Simple Plan. Like those were kind of like my first like real exposures to like I think like music that like my mom and dad maybe didn't show me. I know American Idiot was really a thing back in 2005. So like I remember when that album came out, everyone was listening to that. But Guitar Hero, I think, was the moment that I finally was like, this is fucking cool, and I want to play music. And like I remember my dad, he got me like a junior guitar for Christmas, yeah. And then like 2 years later, he got me a real Les Paul, like a real one. And then eventually, I just started learning how to play guitar, and that's actually my actual first instrument. It was not singing. I learned how to play guitar first, and then I started singing. But the second moment, the actual second moment when I learned that like what genre of music that I wanted to play. And obviously it's taken a very weird journey because at some point I left metal music and did pop and R&B and like all that stuff for a long time. But I was at this show like when I was 15 years old. Dustin, by the way, who I brought up earlier, was starting to drag me out to like deathcore shows and stuff, which I had never been to. But yeah, like, but I decided to try it. Like, I'm like, okay, let me be open-minded there, like it's something to do. Like my parents will let me go. And yeah, my dad let me go to the show, and there was this band there, who is signed to Rise Records. They were called the Color Morale, which
Yes.
we all
Oh,
know. Yeah.
God
And
bless.
and I remember I saw this band live, and I was like, "This band is so fucking sick!" Like this, they had singing, they had a little bit of screaming, they had like all this stuff, and it wasn't a Day to Remember, it wasn't Attack Attack. It was this band that I had no clue who they were, and they were so fucking cool. And I think there was this other band there, Close Your Eyes. I think that was the other
Oh,
band that
nice. Yeah.
I think that's what it was. I could be wrong about that. I know that they were Victory. Whatever the
Yes.
case.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
correct.
But I remember, seeing, they were all at this show, and I was just like, this is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. I'm like, I think I want to play metal music. Like, I want to be involved in this scene. Like,
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I was like, this is so fucking cool. And like, I was so excited, so passionate about it. Yeah. And after that, man, I went home. I started listening to the Color Morale, but then I used to have this streaming service called Audio. That was, it was what my dad had. And there you could go check out like the record labels, like profile pages, and look at their rosters. And so I started diving into Rise Records, Victory, Fearless, all that. And
Oh,
it was
nice.
from there, it was like, yeah, that was it. I mean, I was into like every fucking metal band on the planet. And then, yeah.
I feel that. That's like me to a T when I was like, I would say I was probably like in high school or something like that. And like again, like I grew up like religious, so like I listened to like a lot of Under Oath, like ABR, like Devil Wears Prada, that sort of stuff, because like the Chariot, like those types of bands where I was just like, I can get away with listening to this, and then like migrated into like the Day to Remember, and then like obviously all the subsequent bands after
Yeah.
that. A lot of Rise band, like the early Rise days, all of that shit. Like I love all of that stuff. But it is crazy how like it's crazy how much it's changed over time, and how like those bands now are like doing like 10, 15, maybe even like 20-year tours, and like
Oh, God,
I would have
yeah.
never
No,
thought that. It is so a concept that like to me I still don't like, I can't really wrap my head around, because I'm like, holy shit, this album's
I don't
10
want to
years
see
old.
it anymore. Yeah, I don't want to see it anymore. No more 10-year anniversary tours. All right, like we're done. Please cancel that. Like
Dude, I love them.
I want to know how
I
old I
love
am
it.
anymore. All
I
right.
love it. The Postal Service and Death Cab for Cutie just released their or like just announced that they're doing a tour to Orlando for literally both of their best albums, Transatlanticism and Give Up.
Yeah.
And I like pre-saved those tickets. Like I'm like on the pre-newsletter list to like get on that.
To just be like,
I'm
I'm buying
serious
them.
about it. I'm like, and like I did that for a couple other bands too. I did that for the band Him
Nice.
on their
Yeah.
for their last tour. And then I also did it for Circus Survives.
Oh.
I'm sorry. What was it? It wasn't Deterna. It was
Blue
the
Sky
one with
Noise?
the balloon.
Oh,
No,
that is Juturna.
no, it's
On
not.
Letting Go.
Was
On Letting Go. Sorry.
On Letting Go. Yes.
My
Yeah.
brain.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah. I did it was their 10th anniversary for On Letting Go as well.
Gotcha.
And bro, like every time you go to like one of those, it's just like, yeah, this is great. It was really awesome. And I mean, whenever they're still good though, like sometimes like the artist will be like burnt out as fucking old, and you're just like, yeah, we're here now. Yeah.
Hey, it happens. It's gonna happen to us. Yeah.
Eventually.
We're gonna see.
Not right now.
My
knees still work, bro. My knees still work. My hands still work.
I'm still
working
healthy.
Hey, let's go.
Got the baby face. We're gonna be chilling. Yeah.
Yeah. I respect that. I'll come to your 10-year anniversary show or tour or whatever. I got you.
My Detriment.
Yeah,
Oh,
to my
God,
detriment. I got you. I'll be there. I'll be there with like my kids. I'll be like, guys, I interviewed these guys back in 2023. No, I'm very excited. I feel like that. I feel like I'm probably in the same lane as Donnie is. Like I'm kind of like in the in between you guys. Like I'm like, I don't want to know my age, because I already know I'm like 30, and I'm like, hey, it is what it is. But I'm also like, it's cool because it's like those are nostalgic albums for a reason, and like I'm like, oh, I love like shout outs to like Silverstein for This Is How the Wind Shifts. Like that's 10 years. Like that to me is like, holy shit, like that album, and they're a band that is continuing to still do tours. They're still like out there crushing it, and like I don't know, it gives me
That's
a good
crazy.
feeling. It gives me a good feeling that bands like
Dude,
that will stick around, hopefully.
The Blackest Beautiful by Let Live turned 10. Oh my God,
Oh,
dude. I was like crushed to hear that. I was like, no way. This is 10 years old. I'm like, this is such, that's one of my favorite records,
it
like
is
ever.
so good.
Love that record. Yeah. And my favorite Devil Wears Prada album came out that year too, 818, which is also now 10 years old. It's crazy. Yeah, I know. I'm one of those guys. I like 818. That's my favorite Prada album. I don't care. Everybody has the different their
Whack.
opinions on these.
That's
Whack.
Everybody
Fuck.
says it's whack. I'm no. Y'all need to listen to Gloom again. Come back and tell me
listen.
that that ain't
I
one of the best.
respect.
Bro,
I
the
respect your
zombie
choice.
EP was pretty fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
lie.
no, so I will respect that opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
But 818 is my personal favorite. I think Gloom is like the perfect intro record to any metal album. I just think it just fucking rules, man. It's just like when I heard that for the first time, I was like, it was the synths and like kind of the rawness of everything, and like there's like that breakdown in the middle. That it's just like it's everything about that song just like hit in such a way. Honestly, it like made me rethink the entire sound of Northern Line. Like when I heard it for the first time, that was my old band, my old metal band in high school.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I need to think of music differently because like this is crazy. I've never heard this before. And yeah, so that's me. I'm the 818 Dick Rider.
I respect it. I respect it. I respect it. But you know, I'm a roots above, branches below type homie.
All right,
you know
that's
what I
all
mean?
right.
Yeah.
That is yeah, of course. And I'm excited to see Plagues. I'm going to When We Were Young, day 1.
Yeah.
So come see me if you watch.
Dude,
this.
they're doing the whole album of
Doing
Plagues.
the full album, baby. You know,
Woo.
I'm stoked.
I haven't played any of those songs, I bet, in a minute.
Yeah, there's probably some ones they haven't even played. I don't know ever. I would. I
Yeah,
would care to
that could
guess.
be.
So
Who knows?
very excited. But the next question I have for you guys is, if you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Oh, we know. We've already been talking about this.
Damn. He's
Yeah.
about to make us put it out there in the public.
Oh!
Should we tell them? Should we tell
Yeah,
them?
I'll
What?
tell him. We're having a good time here. We're having a good time. Guilty Conscience by 070 Shake. That's what I want to do.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I think that song's incredible, and
Woo.
but we want to get it right if we do it. Like
That's
I want to
fair.
like
We want to do it like a cool like a Spirit Leaves version, not not
Yeah.
like a regular fucking just like metal cover.
Like a
Like
Punk
we're
Goes
gonna
Pop,
do it. Give
yeah.
it this the Spirit Leaves sauce.
I got
yeah,
it.
like
version of it, you know?
yeah, I want to do
Yeah.
that cover justice. Like I don't want to do just like a Punk Goes Pop kind of thing.
Yeah,
No. That stuff is.
We
is
don't want to
cool.
do the generic thing. We don't want to do the generic thing. We want to like really like.
Put real effort into it. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
think that
put the
song's
sauce.
fantastic. I think that artist is fantastic. Yeah, I think it's the perfect sort of like song that we could do. It's challenging. I think that's really what it is too, because it's that good to me. Where I'm like, man, you really can't mess this one up.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah,
do it justice if you do it.
I
yeah,
respect
we'll be
that.
upset. We'll be
I'll-
upset.
I'll be listening to it, so don't worry, guys. So I'll give my true opinions about it when it comes out.
Yeah.
If I was to add another one to the pot, I don't know. That's kind of tough. I feel like you guys have a very like interesting, varied sound. So I feel like I would really like to hear kind of like Xylo's take on more of like I feel like bands don't typically do like an R&B song, but I know that like the R&B and like pop influences from you guys. So I feel well
You're speaking my language.
I feel
Yeah.
like you guys could do. I feel like you guys would be. It would be interesting to hear your take on like an Usher track.
Damn. Okay. We'd have to find the right one. Also,
Yeah.
that guy is he's pretty good.
I think you're in capable.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie
I think
to
you're in
you,
capable
man, yeah.
hands. Yeah, I think we got it. I can hear it. You know, I fuck with the vision. You know, so.
Yeah, I have what is it? You know, it's funny because like my dad's always been like, take a deep cut from an artist that made a song like this many years ago, and like
Yeah.
like that. And it's funny because like as a kid I was like, I'll never do that, and like now I'm kind of like, that's actually a sick idea to like do something like that. Yeah, like taking like an old Usher track would be like really cool, but like a I don't know, something that connects to me and just like do something like that. That's the thing about covers is like I want to just like I would do like a cover that connects with me. That's why I said Guilty Conscious, because I'm like that one just like
You got it.
feels right
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels right. Yeah.
I'm about it. I'm about it. Well, guys, if you have any suggestions for Spirit Leaves, you can drop them in the comments. Let them know what
Please.
you'd love to hear.
Yeah, let us know. And we also want to know like what other metal songs you would like us to cover as well. Not just like not like R&B songs, but we want to know like what other metal songs as well. You know,
Yeah.
don't like Bad Omens, Sleep Token, Issues, blah blah blah. I already said it. You can't say it now. So
Yeah. Lincoln Park. I did that. I did that.
Ooh.
One of the.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'd be
Believe
about that.
it or not, I get a lot of like Chester comparisons, so I'm like, that would be a really
Oh
fun.
man. Oof.
Yeah, the streams. Yeah, I
I
get
think
that.
you could crush it. I got faith.
Yeah.
I think you could do it. You know.
Yeah, I really want to do. What is it? There's a few. There would be Lying from You.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or Give Up. Or Giving Up.
Giving up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be so good.
That just has such a long scream, and I'm not gonna lie, I did try to do it one time, and I don't even think I reached the halfway point, and I was like, fuck. I'm like, all right, I gotta do some work. I gotta do some.
I mean, see, like Xylo at the gym.
Humbled
just
right there,
fucking-
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, the breath control on that is pretty crazy. And yeah, no, I really tried to get through that one, but I was like, oof, okay, that one's really long.
That is
Like,
that is a tough song, though. I feel, you know. So
I
if you
remember, what was that of Mice and Men song where he did that thing at the end of it. He did that really long scream.
is it, fuck, is it the Depths?
First
Oh no.
No,
Oh, okay.
album. Yeah. I can't remember which song it was, but he does that one. I remember practicing that one all the fucking time, and I remember getting that one down, but that was like when I was still baby scream, trying to learn, probably still whisper screaming,
Now you got it. Now you can do it.
Yeah. Now I'm like, I would like to try those again. Yeah. See if I can do it now.
There we go, guys. Well, the next question I have for you is, if you guys could pick somebody to collaborate with on an up-and-coming Spirit Leaves song, who would you love to work with? This question is going to be broken up into two answers. The first answer is one that is more realistic, like someone that you've always wanted to get on the track, but you haven't formally put it out there to say like, hey, I'd like to work on a track with you. And then the second one is the manifestation, the one that you're like, listen, we're putting it out in the universe. We're giving it the good juju. Tell us what's good.
All right,
I almost don't even want to answer this because I don't want to spoil anything,
I'm gonna answer it. I love this one.
Okay, yeah.
This question. Okay, so the realistic one, I feel like like that would like make sense. Probably Landon Tours. I feel like would make a lot of. Yeah, I feel like a Landon Tours feature would be sick. Well, it's not even. It wouldn't be just like, I don't know. For me, features like, I feel like he would like actually collaborate on a song really nicely with us. Yeah, like whole like sort of thing. I think that would be awesome. Unrealistic. I want Lil B to narrate one of our records.
Wait.
Yes, Lil B, the bass god. Not even kidding.
Wait. What?
I have a wild idea. All right, let me cook on this.
Yeah, tell me, Xylo. I need to hear what you're cooking up.
I don't know. I've had this weird dream that Lil B narrating a metal record would be fucking crazy cool and so different.
Wait,
and so wild,
he's narrating as you're playing? Like the
no, like there would be songs,
like an intro or something.
Oh, like interludes.
Interludes, and he would like kind of pop in on the record and like store it. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be
tell a story.
That would be legendary. Okay.
This is a first. I've never heard this shit. I love it.
Oh yeah. Let me cook on this.
I'll let you cook. Little B, the bass god, if you're watching this, come through.
Hey, all of our names are branded, so we're already based. So it's
Ayo.
32 levels.
There we go. Donnie, you wanna give another answer, since you obviously don't want to let go of the sauce. I respect it.
I won't say the realistic one, but like the unrealistic one, Beyonce.
Wow, we are going with the B's, baby. Let's go.
Beyonce.
Yeah, Little B and
come
Beyonce.
On, bro. Come on. Like Beyonce on a Spirit Leaves track, like
yeah.
Let him cook.
It kind of doesn't even matter what she could do. She could fart on the track and we'd like get like
she could literally fucking do anything. Like she could just like ruffle with the microphone, and we're just like, that's Beyonce.
ASMR it. Yeah.
Beyonce doing that. Yeah.
You hear that like atmosphere ruffle sound in the background? That's Beyonce.
That's Beyonce.
Moving up against the microphone, trying to get me the fuck out of her studio.
You should just do the I don't know if you guys listen to Bill Murray, but you should do the Thickly where he got Caleb Shomo to feature, and it's just him saying like, "Hey, guys, this is Caleb Shomo. Here's my vocal feature," but instead it'll just be Beyonce at the end of your song. It'd be the ultimate flex.
That's funny.
That would
Be
be
like, "Hey
fun.
guys, this is Beyonce from Destiny's Child.
Oh
You're
my
checking
God, I
out
would
Spirit Leaves," and then she goes and just disappears into thin
That's
air.
it.
That's a vision.
That's probably a couple 100,000 right there.
And then Little B comes in the back and is just like, "Hey,
Yeah.
that was a guest feature from Beyonce."
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
That's crazy. I know
That'd be
Beyonce.
funny.
That's what he's gonna say. So there you go. I'm gonna let him cook on that one. But listen, guys, if you want to first, you got to do the first thing, which is you need to go give a follow to Spirit Leaves on Instagram. And if you haven't done that, then listen, none of the shit matters. But you should do that first. Then the second thing I need you to do is then I need you to open up your Instagram story, and then I need you to tag Spirit Leaves, Landon Tours, Lil B the Bass God, and Beyonce, and then type the word collab ? And then post it, because listen, we're on the internet and I've been doing this for like 8 years. So like, I feel like I have a jurisdiction to say that, if it's online, it's probably real. So just saying.
That's probably your most based promo you've ever done. Not gonna lie.
You got it. I might be Little B the Bass God, so
That's hilarious.
so if you want to make that happen, do it. And then, tag Invogue, because, I'm sure they would love that to happen. So go do it.
Yeah, me and Nico, we've talked about this Lil B thing. All right, Nico? All right? I'm manifesting right here.
Gonna happen.
I'm also manifesting for you as well. So I'm giving you the positive juju right now. But
yeah.
The next question, guys, is my personal favorite, and I feel like I'm in good company to ask this question. If you guys could be a video game character, who would you be?
Oh, damn.
You knew it was coming. You have a song called Chaos Control. I mean, come on, shit.
Yeah. It's Shadow, baby.
It's Shadow, baby.
Yeah. Or like Kratos, But that I feel like isn't really me. It's like I'm too I'm too soft and gentle, I know he's like Daddy Kratos now, but like I grew up with the original God of War.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So Shadow. I'm gonna go with Shadow.
Okay. Donnie, what do you got?
Definitely Link.
Ooh, like what 100%. Version? What version Link though?
Oh, Link to the Past Link. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No,
you said that with such a serious face. You were like,
Ocarina. No. I'd be Ocarina of Time Link for sure. Yeah.
Okay, respect. I respect that choice.
Yeah. Or Twilight Princess Link, honestly. Yeah.
I feel like that
one was low key a banger.
Twilight Princess Link is more your vibe, Donnie. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. Yeah. I literally have a cat named Midna, so.
Yeah.
Dope. Okay.
I mean, like that tracks. That tracks.
Yeah. And also Donnie's like part wolf, so I mean, hey, respect.
Let's go.
It's true.
He's got that dog in him. It's apparently
shout out furries.
Get that wolf in me.
Okay, I don't know if you should be shouting out furries, but hey, whatever. I'll let him cook. But no, I'm just kidding. Shout outs, whatever. You can say whatever.
We love all of you.
Yeah, love you guys. So if you are a furry, hey, respect.
Yeah.
More proud to you. I couldn't do it, but
we
were you gonna say, Donnie? You want to say it? You want to let him cook?
Be careful.
Fair enough. Well, the next question, guys, is if you were to compile a dream tour lineup that included Spirit Leaves, who would be on this tour?
Spirit Box, Polyphia, Sleep Token, Deftones.
Oh,
that's
hard. That's a hard lineup. I like that. I fuck with it.
I'm just gonna go with that one because that was so quick, and I'm like, well, I don't think I have an answer as good as that. So
I feel like you should I feel like you guys should have a tour where if the band name either has the word spirit or leaves in it, that you guys should just tour with them, and it'd be so confusing. You're like, hey, what's going on? We're Spirit Leaves. Right next is Spirit Box, and then
Yeah.
whatever I don't know. I think it would be
Yeah, yeah.
hilarious. I
Yeah,
always think about that with
we'll
like
call it
bands.
we'll call it the Box Sleeves tour.
The box sleeves.
Box
The
Sleeves.
box sleeves tour.
The
The
box
leaves
sleeve.
box tour.
The Leaves box. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
leaves box. It'd be like the ultimate marketing. I would be about it, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like it's destined to happen, honestly, at this point. It's like to be honest, the band name kind of came about as a joke anyways. Like I would call Donnie all the time, and I would do like this bit where I'd be like, yo, what's up? I'm the guitarist of, Monuments of the Fall, or like
Monuments of the Fall. Yeah.
and I would make up the band name on the spot. And one time I called him going, yeah, man, what is it? I'm the vocalist in this band called Spirit Leaves. And he was like, yo, that's kind of sick.
He
So,
broke
like,
character. Yeah.
I don't know if like I subconsciously was ripping on it, but like, hey, it is what it is.
I let you cook, Donnie let you cook, and he said, "This is it,
was
champ."
actually true.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's that's how the wind blows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
or the
Sometimes-
spirit, or
Well,
the spirit leaves.
we started thinking about it, and like the name actually has a lot of it's a double meaning. It's double entendre. It's like
Yeah.
spirit leaving the body, and then Studio Ghibli, like spirit leaves.
Yeah. That was kind of where
So-
I think that came from, because I just got done, I think, watching Princess Mononoke when he had called. So like I was all about like the little leafy characters and stuff. Yeah. And then that was kind of so it was definitely
And I don't know if you could tell by like my background, but I like anime, so
Wait,
that was
what?
already. You don't know what that is?
No, I was just joking. I know exactly what that is.
Oh my god! I was gonna say like, you're fired.
What an idiot! Oh, I also saw you have a Death Note shirt on. I'm pretty sure. So, am I
Bro,
correct?
and I have like a Full Metal Alchemist tattoo.
Yeah.
Bing, bing.
Wait,
So-
so you like anime? That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah.
to me. Holy
Actually,
shit.
no.
You're like, I actually just showed up to someone's house. Kinda
Usually I would be nerding
Right,
out
yeah.
just like him. Yeah, I'd have my anime rings and hoodies and all that. But no, I'm chilling today. I'm doing the Russian tracksuit.
Yeah. Russian tracksuit life.
Yeah, I got you. Respect. The next question I have for you guys is a perfect segue. Favorite TV show, favorite movie. Anime is included, so you can give me your best anime picks.
Oh man. Well, we know the favorite movie because everybody flipped out when I said my favorite movie on the Spirit Leaves Live. So my favorite movie, and I just couldn't think of anything else to say, but I'm going to stick with this answer. was Dawn
Play
of
the
the
camera.
Planet.
What?
Yeah. I
Oh
think
no.
that's one of my favorite movies for sure. I love that movie. I think it's such a
Wait,
a perfect
what's your favorite movie?
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Like it's the second movie in the prequel series. There's Rise and then there's Dawn, and Dawn might be like one of my favorite movies ever made.
I feel like that was the first thing that just came to your mind. You were like, yeah, that's
No,
sure.
I'm absolutely in goo goo gaga for that film. I'm not joking. I love that film. I think that film is so hard, okay, because it opens the same way that it fucking closes, okay, with the shot where it's going like from the eyes to the face, and then it goes from the face to the eyes, and it goes to the credits. It's so hard, and people just like don't get it, okay? It is a masterpiece. That film is so good.
We're getting
It's
heated.
so well put together.
Xylo is heated tonight. I respect it.
Oh,
Fire under his bridges. And then what about
I
TV
like-
show or anime or whatever?
favorite TV show or anime. Well, I guess I have to say it. I'm a One Piece fan. I'm caught up. So I'm one of those. Yeah.
I'm
so
caught up.
probably one.
Caught up.
Yeah.
caught up.
I'm on weekly calls with my friends talking for like an hour and a half about like Oda and like,
Ayo.
what happened this week on the chapter. This is crazy. He's so good. Yeah. No. So I gotta put One Piece.
Respect. Donnie, I know you got some fire answers, so
So I want to do like an old and new, because like
Okay.
like there's like two parts of my heart, like I really like The Labyrinth, like a lot. I love
okay.
that movie. I grew up watching that movie, and then I also like grew up watching Jay and Silent Bob. I don't know. So I love those. And then like I also like love Yu Yu Hakusho and like Inuyasha. So yeah, I grew up on like older good classics. So I'll put that into the older stuff. Newer stuff, I really like the movie like Hereditary, for example. A24. I think it was A24. Maybe it's not A24, but
Most
yeah,
likely, to
I
be
think it
honest.
probably
Heredit-
is.
Yeah.
probably. Yeah, I mean A24 like has a lot of my favorite
Yeah, a lot of
fucking
bangers.
films.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Royal Tenenbaums. Yeah, Donnie Darko because my name's Donnie. Kind of got to give it to him.
Yeah, respect. Yeah, you gotta
No.
pay respect.
You had to say it. You had to say it.
Then, and then I like this anime called ReZero. I don't know if you know about ReZero, but
Okay,
ReZero is this shit.
okay. Yeah.
That was like one of the only animes that like made me feel like I was dying with the character, so I had to give it to him. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Like whoa, like
And now
it
that
really
you
made me feel like I was gonna die. That's good.
Now that you gave a few, I'm gonna give one more. Everybody go check out Gurren Lagann. Okay,
Ooh,
that's a straight classic. Yeah, that's a straight good one.
that's
Yeah.
respect.
And obviously, like my top anime is Full Metal Alchemist. I truly love that anime, like full on. Like I love that fucking anime. So much to the point I got a fucking tattooed on me. So
That's crazy.
you know, yeah.
Cooking. My man's
I'm
cooking.
not gonna. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about my experience with Full Metal Alchemist because my friend, he says that I've sinned and he won't forgive me until I finish it. I stopped halfway through. Actually, wait, I just said it. So never mind. I just kind of like I don't know. I just stopped watching it.
It didn't connect.
The disrespect, bro. The
I was
disrespect.
enjoying it. No, I was enjoying it. I just stopped watching it. Like I don't know what happens. Maybe I was working a lot or something. But like
now you got to restart.
Yeah, no, I know. And
we should buy the DVD for tour and then like
the
watch
fact that
it
I
on
was
tour.
halfway through, it's like whenever I restart it, I'm like, I've seen all this. Like I know it, and I'm like, but I got to do it because like you got to get the full experience.
For the plot, yeah.
I know. It's one of those right now. It was like with Mob Psycho. Like I kept watching the first 5 episodes of Mob Psycho, but then like I couldn't get through. But then like I had to restart it like 3 times. That was a little shorter though, at least.
That's fair. That's fair. I rewatched Evangelion recently, and I was like, I remember watching it as a teen, and I was like, man, I love big robot fight, big alien. And then now I watched it as like an adult, and I was like, man, this is what depression's like. So I am like, I was like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I get your struggle, man. I just don't fight with like giant mechs, but like I'm depressed, so I feel that.
Yeah.
Isn't it like your perspective on stuff changes like when you become an adult? That was me with Breaking Bad. So like I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Anybody out there who hates Skylar, all right, rewatch Breaking Bad now that you're an adult. I swear to God, okay? Because you need to do it. All right, because I was on that. I was a little kid. I'm like, yeah, Skylar sucks, blah blah. Well, Skylar's the only real person in that show. She's the only person who reacts like in a realistic way.
Yeah.
Because Walter is a piece of shit in that show. He is the worst. And it was such a crazy realization watching that as an adult. I'm like, oh my God, this guy sucks. I'm like, it's insane.
I mean, the show is about drugs.
It creates a moral split. It creates a moral split, and I think that's probably why it was so good.
In the story, I wasn't looking at it from an adult like brain. I was just baby brain, like, oh, Skylar sucks.
Fuck this shit. Fuck the shit.
He's like killing people and like all this, like a kid's getting killed in one of the episodes. Like, dude, and he just buries the body, and I'm like, oh, dude, this dude's the worst. Yeah. So,
I will also recommend for all you anime lovers that have stopped for this section, I would recommend if you haven't watched it, go check out Bocchi the Rock. That is like one of my favorite animes of all time.
Bocchi the Rock.
Yeah. It's all about musician stuff. So I feel like if you are an anime fan and you like music, this is
I might go check it out after. Yeah.
Crunchyroll, if you want to sponsor me now, that'd be sick. And if you also want to sponsor like Spirit Leaves, I mean, come on, listen, we're not gonna say no. We won't say no. I mean, we talked about anime for like
we're basically Studio Ghibli metal, like come on.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Well, hey, Mood Ring premieres song on Crunchyroll. So that's actually that's a realistic thing. That's a realistic
Crunchyroll. Where you at? Yeah. Want to call my line? My people will talk to your people, and then we'll all get into like
we'll all congregate.
Congregate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Respect. The next question I have for you guys: if you were trapped on a desert island for the next month, and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to, what album would that be?
Trapped on an island for a month?
Only a month. Yeah.
Just
Oh,
1 month?
Yeah, just 1 month. Yeah. I'm not an asshole.
Hold on. Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
I'm running through some discographies right now, and that would be like a great study time. So yeah, that's what I would bring.
I'm about it. Dawny.
I'd probably say New Jobbies. Yeah, New
Okay.
Jobbies.
Okay.
Yeah, spiritual. I think it's called Spiritual Awakening. No, Spiritual State. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Spiritual State by New Jobbies. Yeah,
I'm about it. I'm about
that
it.
one's like I just imagine like peacefully like being on an island, like surviving, and like I need to like ground myself. That album would be the album to ground yourself on.
It's a good album.
Yeah.
I would also agree with that. That is a good choice.
Yeah.
The last thing, guys, the big honcho question. I always save it for the end. But I wanted to know why you guys are so passionate about making music. You know, oftentimes people are like, I like music. Music good makes me feel happy, you know, and that's great. No disrespect. But I am like, why do these people do it? You know, you spend a lot of time, you spend a lot of money, you spend a lot of energy, you know, staying up 2 days producing a track, you know, like there is a lot of dedication that goes into it. So I wanted to know why you guys do it and why it's important for your life.
Well, I'll go first. Man, I think that I really got into music. Like whenever I really found like the importance of music, I wanted to make people feel not so alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the earth is kind of like damaged goods, and the only thing that I want to do is just kind of heal it a little bit. And if I can do it in any sort of way, if I can reach out to just like, I don't want to say like, just reach out to one person, but like if I can just like make somebody feel like I'm sitting on the end of their bed with them and like holding them and making sure like that they're going to make it through the next day or the next fucking second, then that's what I would do. And that's kind of like what music did for me. And I just kind of want to return the favor. Yeah.
That's a good answer. I like that. That's a loaded question because I think that throughout my life I've always like wanted to do it, and I sort of just chased it haphazardly, like just like this is just what I want to do, and I just loved it and I was passionate about it, and it was just more like it was almost like tunnel vision.
Sure.
Like I heard it, saw the vision of like playing in front of like thousands of people and all that sort of stuff, and then and then I was like, I want to get that good. I want to get there. And like, it was just like that. But like, funny enough, like throughout my life, like, especially lately, it's like in like the past, like 5 years, I've asked that question a lot. Like, why am I doing this still? Like, like why am I here actually like, busting my butt over it? And I just think it's just cause like, this is just like something that I love. Like, I just love music. I love listening to music. I love in like creating songs, getting that rush of making like a good song and like showing it to someone, and then they're like, oh my God. And like,
sick. Yeah.
yeah, I just like that feeling for me is there's something about it. And then like, it's just one of those things that I don't know. It's hard to sort of like explain because it's like almost it's otherworldly, I guess, like sometimes like you get to that point and you feel it's something about it is like elevating you, I guess, and stuff like that. And, I'll take the beating from the industry and the this and the that and whatever from music and being broke, and all that. Like, I'll take that any day just to get the rush of making a good song and the rush of showing somebody and being like, holy fuck, that was crazy, awesome. And like, especially if they say that like, oh, my music like your music affected me and got me through this time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is amazing to me, because like I know me and I know myself, and like I'm just like who I am. But like the fact that like, you listen to music and that got you through like something like that, like some sort of time in your life that may have been hard, like that's insane, like I just think that that's such a cool thing. And like, yeah, that is one of the reasons why I do it, especially like, and it's especially become an important thing now, as I grow older and understand what like that responsibility of caring for others, you
Mhm.
know, and like what that, yeah, and what that means. I think that like that is, it is my responsibility to like make the best music that I can. And if that helps you get through that hard time, like, you know, it is my responsibility to be like that kind of, I don't want to say role model because I don't see myself like as that, you know. I just like see it as like a responsibility to be good and to care for others. And like I want my music to reflect that. I want you to like hear my music and know that I care, you know, cared about making it, and like I cared that it, you know, that you took something from that. I think that'd be great. You know, that's what I want. I want that for the rest of my life. That's why I do it.
Yeah, no, I think you guys both had great points. I know it's typically not an easy question to ask, certainly because it makes you think about all of the kind of like life's choices that people make. Like people ask me all the time, they're like, why are you still doing YouTube? Like I enjoy doing this because I think it gives me that shared experience of like these like we all joined this scene of music because we maybe didn't fit in with the rest of what people typically, view this type of music as. It's the outcasts, the people that are like not felt like they are wanted anywhere else. And so like I think for me, very similarly to what, Xylo said, where I think for me personally, it's like I would want someone to like check out this band and be like, holy shit, like this band has affected, like I'm gonna go listen to their music and they're gonna affect me in that way of being like, okay, now I don't feel like I'm so alone in living my life, or like I have this song, this song spoke to me in this way. And like I think that there's this really like cool line that's kind of drawn in the sand for like musicians to like fans, especially within the scene of music, where like there's just such a higher level of connection that I would argue can rival any other genre by any stretch, And so I think for me, it's like I want to be able to highlight people that like are really caring about why they do it and like what type of impact they want to make on other
I mean,
people.
honestly, man, like when I was first going to shows, like, this was at ever, and this was like something that really stuck out to me about
Hmm.
like the local scenes and stuff, is like I would go to shows and I would see these hardcore bands, these deathcore bands play this crazy angry music, and then they would give these speeches of like, hey man, like if you're the weird kid, if you're the kid that nobody likes, if you're the kid that got picked on, blah 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 blah, like you're accepted here, like you know, like the outcasts are all accepted, all the weird kids are here, and we're all doing the same thing, you know, and like it was like a lot of that, like growing up, and like that was what I thought the scene was, you know, like I always thought that that
The
was a
color
place.
morale was like super about that.
Yeah, they were definitely, they were definitely, and you
That
know,
was
but
probably my favorite part, honestly. Like him like talking like really always hit home every time.
yeah, and like you know, and even outside of like the color morale, like all the bands like like I grew up seeing like in the local scene in Miami and in Fort Wayne, like were both like preaching a lot of that, like that, like you were okay here, like everyone is accepted here. It didn't matter
Sure.
who
Yeah.
you were, and I loved that message, and it's always stuck with me. And it's like it honestly like made me, I feel like, in my opinion, maybe a more empathetic person, a more sympathetic person
Sure.
towards people's struggles, because like I think it opened my eyes to things that they weren't previously open to, you know. And like that's a message that I love to stick with, especially like when I make my music, you know, and stuff like that. I definitely feel that, you know, and I want like I do want to put my struggles out there because someone might see that and gain that experience. And also, isn't it wild that like somebody might listen to like our music and they'd be like, dude, I remember this time in my life, like listening to this record. Like a kid's gonna say
Hmm.
that. Like
Yeah.
that's literally, that's like gonna be a wild moment when like, you know, like some 15-year-old is like, bro, like, you know,
Like
that's
thank
yeah.
you, you saved my life.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
when we get older,
Yeah.
we meet that, you know, 25, 30 year
I
old kid
used
that,
to bump your shit
yeah, like
like
in high
smoking
school.
a blunt after my high school class and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's the coolest part, because we are like that. And so like I just want that for somebody else, you
Yeah.
know, like, or I got into music because of you. That's like would be the craziest thing to ever hear. I'd
Yeah.
probably cry. I'd probably cry.
I feel like I would also cry as well. Like, I think it's such a monumental thing that I've always talked about through my 8 years of doing this, and even prior to me starting YouTube and doing this and interviewing bands. Like I think it's always been like a huge sentiment that to me that I always love to pass off to my viewers is like, you're always welcome here. Like this is always going to be some place that I hope people come to, visit, hang out, find out about new music, and like we have this shared experience of being like, oh, I fucking love Spirit Leaves. They're sick. You know what I mean? Like that to me is like something that I love to take home, and I hope that other people do as well. But I appreciate those answers, guys. They were money, 10 out of 10, So I'm going to leave you with this, which I want to know where we can find Spirit Leaves at, what you guys have coming up in the next couple months, and, anything else you want to, spill the beans on.
Okay. December 15th, we got a show with Dark Divine, Colorblind, and Dirty Rivals. It's going to be Conduit in Orlando, Florida. So if you are a friend or not a friend and you've seen this interview, please come out to the show. It's going to be a fun time. We love that. We got plenty of shows that we're working on lining up for next year. And you can find us at you can find us at X Spirit Leaves X on Instagram, Twitter, on TikTok. I think it's just Spirit Leaves right now. We're working on getting all that, all that to be just Spirit Leaves. Yeah, please go find us there. That's what
Spotify, Apple Music, all that.
Apple Music, all that. Okay, yeah. There's all those.
Every streaming platform ever.
Yeah.
Xbox One Music.
Hell yeah.
We're on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on Bandcamp? Oh my God.
I know, we're on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We didn't even know. We checked
We're
it.
serious.
It was like, whoa, we're on Bandcamp. I didn't even know that. Yeah.
How you know it's serious?
Well, listen, guys, I just want to let you know that if you have sat through this interview and you don't think, man, these guys are my homies now, then you need to click the rewind button and watch it again, because these guys are fucking homies. So go show them some love. They have a new album out, To My Detriment. You can check the links below to go pick it up on CD and, hopefully vinyl soon. And then on top of that, if you'd like, go pick up a shirt. Go pick up, I don't know what other type of merch they have. Probably hoodies. I don't know. They're from Florida. They might not have experience with cold weather, so
we'll get booty shorts.
Booty shorts. I don't know, a thong, whatever. They got it. So go check it out.
We're getting there. Yeah.
It's less articles of clothing, They're gonna go from booty shorts to like underwear to thong to a Speedo,
Yeah.
all of it. So check them out. Seriously, this EP is chef's kiss. It's so good. I'm so excited to delve more into it off camera. So you should go do it as well. I made sure to give him a follow on Spotify, so you should go do that so you don't miss out on when new tunes drop, because, it might be, big things coming soon. I'm just saying. They didn't say it, but I said it. So I feel like, I'm a trusted source.
Yeah, listen to this guy. Big things coming.
Well, if you also enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. Your boy is well on his way to 4K subs. So, listen, if you want to hit that subscribe button, that'd be kind of lit. So please check that out. I know I'm a 30-year-old who said lit. You can get over it. But please go check that out. And huge thanks to Spirit Leaves for coming on and hanging out.
Hit the bell. Don't be afraid. Hit the damn bell. Get notifications from this guy.